Many people have seen the photo going around of individuals in the C-17. So if we can go to this shot, you can see literally hundreds of individuals were packed into it. I mean, again, like you can only say that heart goes out to the desperation of people trying to get onto a plane with literally no belongings to potentially never return to their home country. Yeah, it's an entirely horrific situation. Now, an update on the situation at the airport following more US troops returning there. Ed O'Keefe reported that the Kabul airport is open. Flights are able to land and depart, including on civilian side. 3,500 troops are on the ground. US military flights are taking off with US citizens and US embassy personnel on board. 700 plus were evacuated on Monday, including 150 US citizens, which sounds like a lot of people. Supposedly they had estimated that they would be able to get something like 5,000 people out per day, which clearly they're not coming even close to. And by the way, in addition to the rough videotape that you've seen, the body of a dead Afghan was found in the landing gear of a military jet leaving Kabul airport. So again, to the desperation, we're gonna return to the planes with some of these right wingers later on. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe now with so much focus on this, Jordan, they'll take the evacuation situation more seriously. Maybe sort of perversely, like a dark lining on this whole situation is that maybe they will be a little bit more accepting of refugees when we finally get the policy of the US government, which we don't know yet, than they would have been if there had not been this chaos that produced so much media. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I mean, you would think, but this is the same kind of posturing we're seeing here as we see in China, right? So just as right wingers want to bemoan the conditions that the Uyghurs face in China, their response there is a military one. It's never, okay, let's create a path, let's create a pathway for citizenship. Let's bring them here, grant them asylum, everything's great. No, it's never that, because all of a sudden then you get into this great replacement theory, you get into this kind of white fright, and all of a sudden they're gonna make our communities dirtier and poorer and more divided. And that was the line of attack that Tucker Carlson launched last night against refugees coming here. Unfortunately, those are working, because there was a report in Politico this morning that now the White House is afraid of political attacks from the right on this refugee resettlement issue. So that is holding them back in accepting more, working faster, whatever, and helping people who supported as Afghans for a Better Tomorrow quoted as saying in the New York Times today. They supported American ideas for 20 years. They supported these American projects for 20 years. And now when we're leaving and they need our help, we're nowhere to be found.
Yeah, there are people who like joined up, did like a full career of work, eventually left, and no, we're just forgetting about them. And that is what many in media want to happen. Yes, and we will certainly be talking more about that. I'm glad that you pointed out the constant Biden fears, just like on the border, the exact same situation with the border. And look, I understand there's sort of like you have to compare the two. On the one hand, you bring in the refugees and the right attacks you. On the other hand, you don't bring in the refugees and the right stops attacking you. Then they're totally fair to you. You give them what they want and they won't attack you, surely. It's just such a stupid calc. They're gonna attack you regardless. They're gonna say that you're replacing good white Americans regardless. At least you could do some good in helping these people.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.